What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, so please subscribe my channel and bell icon. Today, I will telling about coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a small but powerful piece of American history. From its humble copper core to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, we'll explore everything you need to know, minting details, rare errors, hidden values, and the cultural backdrop of 1971. Grab your magnifying glass and let's go back in time. Origins of the Lincoln cent, 0, 30 to 4, 0. The Lincoln cent made its debut in 1909, commemorating the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. It marked a major shift. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse front bore a profile of Lincoln based on a plaque the artist had sculpted earlier. Brenner's initials, VDB, initially appeared prominently on the reverse but were removed after public criticism, only to be restored more subtly in 1918. From 1909 to 1958, the reverse design featured two wheat ears, hence the nickname, wheat penny. In 1959, on the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the design was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. This design would remain until 2008. By 1971, the Lincoln cent had been in production for over 60 years, and it had already undergone several small changes in composition and design. 1971. America in Transition, 4,000 to 630. To understand the 1971 penny, we need to understand America in 1971. The country was emerging from the turbulent 1960s, civil rights protests, the Vietnam War, and political scandals were shaking national unity. Inflation and economic challenges were on the rise. President Richard Nixon was in office. In August 1971, he took the U.S. off the gold standard, ending the Bretton Woods system. That event dramatically affected world currency markets and sparked inflation, making every penny literally count. Meanwhile, in pop culture we had the debut of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the rise of arcade games, and the hit song Imagine by John Lennon. Even in such changing times, the Lincoln cent remained a familiar, reliable part of everyday American life. Minting details of the 1971 Solzhenitsyn, 6, 30 to 10, 0. Let's zoom in on the production of the 1971 Lincoln cent. 3 mints struck Lincoln cents in 1971. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Denver Mint marked with D. San Francisco Mint marked with S, mostly for proofs. Total mintage: Philadelphia, 1,919,490,000. Denver, 2,911,045,600. San Francisco proofs, 3,220,733. That means over 4.8 billion Lincoln cents were minted in 1971. Despite its sheer quantity, certain 1971 cents stand out due to minting errors and condition rarity. And that's where the value lies. Section 4, Design Breakdown, 10,000 to 13,000. Let's break down the coin itself. Obverse front. Portrait of Let's break down the coin itself. Obverse front. Portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. Inscriptions: In God We Trust, Liberty. The year 1971. Mint mark D or S if present. Reverse back. Lincoln Memorial centered. United States of America at the top. E pluribus unum just above the memorial. 1 cent at the bottom. What's fascinating is that Lincoln is visible inside the memorial, seated in the center. That makes him the only U.S. president to appear twice on the same coin. Once in profile, once in full figure.metal composition and transition. 13000 to 160. The 1971 penny is composed of 95% copper, 5% zinc, each weighed about 3.11 grams. However, copper prices were climbing rapidly due to inflation. This led to a major composition change in 1982 when the mint switched to copper-plated zinc. Today the melt value of a 1971 penny is around 2 to 3 cents, though melting them for copper is illegal under US law. Rare errors and varieties, 1623. Now here's where things get exciting. The 1971 Lincoln cent has several notable errors and varieties that can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. 1. 1971 Double D obverse DDO Philadelphia Mint. This is the king of 1971 penny errors. Look for doubling on, In God We Trust, Liberty. The date 1971. Some specimens in mint state MS65 Plus have sold for over $1,000. Some specimens in mint state MS65 Plus have sold for over $1,000 at auctions. Off-center strikes, a penny struck partially off the die, missing part of the design. Values vary, up to 100 plus depending on how dramatic the error is. B die breaks. A small die chip forms between the B and E in Liberty, looking like the word B. These quirky errors are popular, and typically worth $5 to $20, depending on condition. Found in proof sets from San Francisco. Strong doubling visible on the obverse inscriptions. These can command $200 to $500 or more, especially in PR67 or higher grades. Collector value and grading. 23000 to 270. Most 1971 pennies are only worth face value, especially those in circulated condition, but condition and rarity can make a huge difference. Key value factors: MS65 and up, a standard 1971 or 1971D, penny graded MS65 red, can be worth $5 to $25. DDoS in MS condition, up to $1,500 or more. Proof coins 1971s, graded examples can fetch $10 to $100, depending on strike and cameo contrast. Red versus red, brown versus brown, copper coins change color over time. Red R&D bright and original, most valuable. Red brown RB partially toned. Brown BN fully oxidized, lower value. Third-party grading from companies like PCGs or NGC can help authenticate varieties and increase resale value. The 1971 Lincoln cent in pop culture, 27000 to 2930. Though just a penny, the Lincoln cent holds symbolic power in American culture. A penny for your thoughts. Find a penny, pick it up. Featured in art, media and childhood piggy banks. 1971 pennies are especially nostalgic for baby boomers and General Xers. They represent a time when coins still had purchasing power. Candy bars, payphones and arcade games could be enjoyed with a few cents. Even today, some people keep a lucky 1971 penny in their pocket, passing it down as a keepsake. Should you collect 1971 Solsneys? 29, 30 to 320. Absolutely. Here's why. Affordable entry point. Most are cheap and easy to find. Variety hunt, exciting errors and doubled dies keep collectors engaged. Copper content, long-term hoard value due to metal composition. Historic snapshot, a small coin that speaks volumes about 1971 America. To start, check rolls of old pennies from the bank or inherited jars. Who knows, you might find a valuable DDO or proof penny hiding in plain sight. Conclusion: 32000 to 330. The 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin might seem ordinary, but it carries a legacy of leadership, craftsmanship, and American resilience. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, This little copper coin has a big story to tell. What if I told you that a simple Lincoln penny from 1971, yes, the kind you might have in your pocket right now, could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? Imagine digging through your old change jar and finding a coin that collectors are willing to fight over. Welcome to the thrilling world of rare pennies, where even the tiniest coin can pack $1 million story. Cut to channel intro animation. Segment 1, History and Background, or 030 black and white photos of Abraham Lincoln and old U.S. mint factories. The 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin is part of a legendary series that began way back in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. By 1971, this coin had already become a staple of American life. But not all 1971 Lincoln cents are created equal. Zoom on a 1971 cent with "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date. In 1971, the U.S. Mint struck over 3 billion Lincoln cents, yes, with a B. That includes coins from Philadelphia, Denver, and even a few proofs from San Francisco. But as we dig deeper, we'll uncover the rare flaws, minting errors, and hidden features that make some of these coins worth thousands, even up to $1 million in collector value. Segment 2. Rare errors to watch for, or 130. Side-by-side comparison of normal versus error coin close-ups. Here's where it gets exciting. The average 1,971 penny in circulated condition might only be worth its face value, but if your coin has certain minting errors, it can become a treasure. Let's talk about double die obverse, or DDO. This is one of the most desirable errors in coin collecting. In some 1,971 pennies, you'll see doubling in the inscriptions like "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or the date 1971. These aren't just quirks, they're mistakes made at the US Mint during the die creation process, and collectors go wild for them. Highlighted "Liberty" with visible doubling. One example of a 1971 DDO penny sold for over $1,100, and that was in circulated condition. Now imagine finding a stronger doubling, or a better preserved coin. Your penny could be worth even more. Other valuable variants, or 3. Montage of coin flips showing mint marks D, and no mint mark. Beyond the DDOs, the mint mark can also play a big role. The 1971 D Lincoln cent was minted in Denver, and although common, some coins from this batch have off-center strikes or clipped planchets, errors that can easily bump up the value to hundreds of dollars. But here's the real kicker. There are rumors and reports of transitional errors, such as 1,971 cents accidentally struck on leftover 95% silver planchets from earlier years, or even on foreign coin blanks. These are extremely rare, and if authenticated, their value could soar into the tens of thousands of dollars. Visual newspaper headline mock-up: "Rare penny sold for $30,000. Collector demand and market value," or 430. eBay listings and auction house images. In the collector world, demand drives value, and Lincoln cents, especially those from the early 70s with errors or unique conditions, have a passionate following. A normal 1971 penny might fetch 10 cents to $1 if it's in great shape. But error coins, or rare varieties,
magic happens.
Recently circulated 1971 Lincoln cents with clear doubling sold at auction for over $2,500. That's more than 25,000 times their face value. And certified coins in top-tier circulated condition, graded by PCGs or NGC, routinely go for hundreds. Segment 5: How to check if you have 1 or 6. Macro lens focusing on a magnifying glass and coin details. So, how do you know if your 1971 penny is worth big money? Here's what to look for. Check the date and mint mark. Look for 1971, especially with a D Denver, or no mint mark Philadelphia. Look for doubling. Use a magnifier and check Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. Examine the coin's shape. Off-center strikes, missing parts or extra rims could signal an error. Weigh the coin. A standard 1,971 cent should weigh 3.11 grams. If it's significantly off, you might have a rare planchet error. Digital scale reading 2.95 grams flashes with a red alert. And if you think you found something special, send it to a third-party grading service like PCGs or NGC for authentication. A certified coin always commands higher value. Segment 6, Real-Life $1 Million Coin, or 730. Visual glowing coin with sparkles and dramatic music. You might be wondering, could a 1,971 penny really sell for $1 million? While no single 1,971 cent has officially sold for that amount yet, certain ultra-rare errors from the Lincoln series, like the 1955 DDO and 1969 SDDO, have approached six figures. If a 1,971 penny with an extremely rare previously undiscovered minting error were to hit the market, the bidding could get wild. With emphasis, it only takes one special coin to break the record. And who knows? That coin might be hiding in your drawer right now. Outro. Call to action or 8:30. Visual cinematic montage of hand-sorting coins, magnifying glasses and old piggy banks. So next time you're sorting through your change, don't dismiss those old pennies. The 1971 Lincoln 1-cent coin may look ordinary, but under the right circumstances, it can be a true gem worth thousands, maybe even $1 million. Hit the like button if you're going to check your coin jar after this. Subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. Who knows? We might feature your story in our next video. The Lincoln cent, a staple of American pocket change since 1909, holds a unique place in us. History is the nation's longest-running coin design. The 1971 edition, minted during a period of social and economic upheaval, offers a lens into both the evolution of US coinage and the cultural landscape of the early 1970s. This 4,000-word script explores the 1971 Lincoln cent's historical roots, design intricacies, production details and enduring legacy. The Lincoln cent, a century of heritage, 1909 to 1971 origins of the Lincoln cent. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the coin broke tradition by featuring a real person, a president, rather than an allegorical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, its obverse paired Lincoln's profile with the motto "In God We Trust." The original wheat ears reverse symbolized agricultural prosperity. Transition to the Lincoln Memorial 1959. In 1959, the reverse was redesigned by Frank Gasparo to feature the Lincoln Memorial, marking the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The memorial's intricate details, including a tiny statue of Lincoln inside, became a hallmark of the series until 2008. The 1971 Lincoln cent in historical context. America in 1971, a nation in flux. Political climate, Nixon's presidency, the Vietnam War, and social movements, e.g., civil rights, environmentalism, economic pressures, rising inflation, and the looming end of the Bretton Woods system, which impacted commodity prices like copper. Minting in transition. Composition. The 1971 cent retained its 95% copper, 5% zinc composition, but rising metal costs foreshadowed the 1982 shift to zinc cores. Mints. Philadelphia no mint mark. 1.9 billions plus struck, Denver D, 2.8 billions plus, and San Francisco S, 3 millions proofs. Design and symbolism. Obverse. A timeless profile. Brenner's portrait of Lincoln, flanked by Liberty, the date, and In God We Trust. Initials VDB subtly added below Lincoln's shoulder in 1918. Reverse. The Lincoln Memorial. Gasparro's design emphasized national unity with E pluribus unum and 1 cent. The memorial's columns and statues symbolized Lincoln's enduring legacy. Artistic nuances, minor tweaks in master dies over the years, though 1971 saw no major design changes. Mintage, varieties and errors. Production figures. Philadelphia, 1,919,490,000 common in circulation. Denver, 2,911,045,600, high mintage, widely available. San Francisco, 3,220,733 proofs, collector focused, mirror-like finish. Notable varieties: 1971 S double die obverse proof. A rare error with visible doubling on inscriptions. Strike quality. Business strikes often lacked sharpness due to high-speed minting. Collectability and market value. Grading and condition. Uncirculated MS grades, e.g. MS65, are affordable $5 to $20. Red R&D specimens command premiums over brown BN1s. Proofs, gem quality examples. PR65 fetch $10 to $30. Error coins. While rare, double dies or off-center strikes can sell for hundreds. Economic and cultural impact. The penny's purchasing power. In 1971, a cent could buy a penny candy or stamp. Today, its metal value, approximately 2C, exceeds face value. Public sentiment. The cent's role in cash transactions versus modern debates over its elimination, legacy and conclusion. A bridge to modern coinage. The 1,971 cent preceded the 1,982 composition change, and the 2009 bicentennial redesign. Enduring symbolism. Lincoln's legacy and the coin's role in everyday American life.